Hey everyone, my name is Johnny. I'm a drummer from Toronto, Canada, and I'm just hopping on here quickly because I just got back from Italy a few days ago in early September 2021, just in case you're watching this later. And a lot of people were asking me what it was like traveling to Italy, what I needed to do to get there and to come back home. So I thought I would just hop on here and create a video just based on my experience, because I know some other people might be traveling there or might want to travel there from Canada to Italy and then Italy back to Canada. And maybe this video will help you in some way, because it would have helped me if I got to see a video like this. So anyways, here's what we did to get over there. So we were going there actually for the funeral of my grandfather. He was being buried in his hometown in Italy. We live in Toronto, Canada. So we had to obviously first be double vaccinated, and we had to have our actual papers ready. Then from there, we had to fill out this European thing where we had to state that we were vaccinated and a few other things. I'm going to put a link. This is kind of what the site looked like here. So you have to fill this out. When we got to the airport, Toronto Pearson Airport, and you get to the counter, we took Air Canada to fly to Italy. When you get to the counter, they ask to see that you've completed this. I forget, you get some kind of code or confirmation email that you've completed this. And then I'm fairly certain they also wanted to see your proof of double vaccination. I actually carried the physical copies on me for the entire trip. My brother had his just on email or whatever, so he would pull it up and show the proof of double vaccination. So this actually came in handy for the rest of the trip. I'll get to that in a second. So after we showed that completion of this European kind of document here that we had to fill out online, and then we showed this. This was all done at the check-in counter at Air Canada prior to boarding. After that, we showed our passports or whatever, and we kind of went through security, whatever, just like normal. When we landed in Italy, we landed at Rome Fiumicino Airport. They just asked, as far as I can recall, to see this double vaccination. In Italy, they have what's called a green pass, and in order to dine indoors and do a whole bunch of other things, they're constantly asking for your green pass. And in Italy, it kind of looks like people just end up showing their phone, and I think it's like a QR code. But because I'm not from Italy, I constantly had these two documents on me, and it was very easy. I would say, oh, we're from Canada, we have this, and they would kind of just quickly glance and be like, yeah, that's fine, but that was more for anything to do with indoor dining or anything indoor where you were maybe removing your mask. We also went to Vatican City and went to the Vatican, and they wanted to see your green pass. And like I said, in my case, it was these two documents, and they were totally cool. So those two documents work. And as I said, my brother had it on email on his phone, and that worked as well. They were pretty easygoing. While we were in Italy, the general vibe is that people wearing their masks, a lot of people, to be honest, were wearing their masks kind of like this, with the nose visible. So that was a very common thing I noticed over in Italy. But people, for the most part, were respectful of the masks. But yeah, it was like family was going in and kissing. They're like, well, we're double vaxxed, so it's fine. But yeah, masks indoors always, except when you're actually eating and dining and sitting at a table. As long as you've shown them your proof of double vaccination, they do not make you wear your mask while you're sitting inside. And that includes bars and stuff. I was in a few bars, and we showed our thing at the door, and we were allowed to drink without masks. But rules are in effect, and you do need to wear masks going indoors. So the real pain was actually coming back to Toronto. You need to do the molecular test. you need to have this test. So it's not really a rapid test. They have that option that might work for other flights, but to come back to Toronto, Canada, or Canada in general, you need to do the molecular test, and you need to get this test completed maximum 72 hours before your flight back to Canada. And they do check and ask when you received this shot. So if you got it 73 hours prior to coming back to Canada, it will not be valid. You could technically get it 48 hours before coming back to Canada, or 24 hours if you know you'll get the results that quickly. But oftentimes for the molecular test, it takes up to 36 hours or 48 hours, I believe. So in order to get this, it was kind of tough. We were staying with family in a different region of Italy, Le Marche. That's 2.5 hours from Rome. We didn't want to risk getting the test in Rome. Not that there's anything to risk. Apparently there's a lot of places that do the molecular test, but we actually drove to a smaller airport near the town we were staying in, and they were doing the molecular tests there. It cost 60 euros. Me and my brother both got it 72 hours before our flight, kind of right on the nose there. And the test was in this tiny airport. It was 60 euros. First of all, they shoved the stick in our mouth, and then with the same little stick, they shoved it up both nostrils, the brain tickler, and my eyes were all watery. And that was kind of it. And it was easy, it was quick. That was it. We actually got our results. They said they would take up to 36 hours. We actually got them the next day, and I think we went at 5 p.m. the day before. So it was actually pretty quick. After the test, they just give you this sheet which has a unique code at the bottom here, and you just go and log on to the website. You insert your unique username and password that's randomly generated, and you get your test results. From there, you then have the email. I saved it as a PDF, and I just had access to this. So after we got our results back, they came back negative. We knew we were good. We didn't have COVID, obviously, and we're double vaxxed, but they just want to be careful. The other thing after that is that you have to fill out the ArriveCAN online form. ArriveCAN is an app that is through the government of Canada, I believe, but you need to fill out all of this information on this app, which you need to download prior to boarding your flight. I think you can only do it up to 72 hours before your flight takes off. That's the earliest you can kind of fill it in. And it's going to ask you things like, what country are you leaving from? What time is your flight departing? What time does it arrive at your destination airport in Canada? What's the flight number? It's going to ask for your proof of double vaccination. So I actually had to scan both of these in. Well, with my phone, you take a picture of it and prove that you have the double vax. You have to scan your passport in. It's through your phone as well. It just shows you the squares to line up your passport. So that's kind of how that works. You got to fill this out. It takes probably about 10 to 15 minutes, and you really got to have all of your documents in order, but nothing you shouldn't already know. Just be prepared. And in general, we noticed waiting in line, both going to Italy and coming home, a lot of people just weren't prepared. You have to be prepared with your double vax proof at all times, either email or the physical thing. And you need to fill out, coming to Italy, once again, that European kind of thing. I forget what it's called here. I'm gonna just put the link to what it is here. A lot of people just didn't fill that out, and they were holding up the line checking in at Air Canada because they didn't do this. Me and my brother got up there, we were prepared, and it took like 2 seconds. It was like checking in on a normal flight. So just be prepared and you won't have any problems. So coming back home, like I said, we had to fill out the ArriveCAN thing. And as soon as we got to the airport and checked in at Air Canada, the first thing they ask, aside from passports, they ask, can we see your ArriveCAN completed form? And once you complete it on the app, you simply just go back into the app and you click like receipt or whatever, and it opens up your completed document, and it has a unique code, and they just see the code there. You show them your phone and they look at it and they know you've completed it. And I think they cross-reference it, but it's super fast. So yeah, you need to have that. And they did ask to see these again, although it is on the ArriveCAN app. People are asking to see this proof of vaccination throughout the entire trip in Italy and flying and in Vatican City going through security. So you need that. And after that, we got on the flight. The flight was good. You know, you have to wear your mask the entire flight except when you're eating. The flight was packed coming back from Rome to Toronto. But we made it. We landed back in Canada. I think they definitely wanted to see the ArriveCAN completed receipt again when we got to customs in Canada. So yeah, I mean, you already have it done, so there's no problem there. That was kind of it. It was pretty smooth sailing. People asked if the airport was busy. When we landed in Rome, we were in and out very quickly. There weren't lines. I don't know if that was just our luck, but that's how it was. And coming back to Canada, it was actually empty. Like, we literally landed, we got out of the plane quickly. We landed a little early. We got out of the plane quickly. We went to customs. Customs was dead. You just go through, you know, the machine at Toronto Pearson Airport. It scans your face. You remove your mask, scans your face, and then you end up talking to the actual customs border person quickly, and they ask to see your ArriveCAN thing, so have it ready. And after that, we just went and got our luggage, and we were like the only flight arriving. So once again, we were traveling at the end of kind of peak summer season, I guess. We were coming back to Canada on September 7th, so it was dead. I know people were back to school, so that might have been why it wasn't busy. But yeah, it was pretty smooth sailing. So I think that's kind of it. That was my experience traveling there. My advice is just have your documents ready. Once again, for the third time, have these ready, either in email or in physical form, because you're going to get asked that a lot. These details might change by the time you go or watch this, so obviously check your details. But as a traveler who traveled there at the end of August 29th, we flew to Italy from Pearson, Toronto Airport, and we came back on September 7th. This is how it was for us. So have these documents. Remember on your way home to fill out the ArriveCAN app. And remember, when you're getting your molecular test, it needs to be 72 hours or less before your flight back home. And yeah, make sure it's the molecular this test. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope this maybe helped you in some way if you're traveling from Canada to Italy. Yeah, definitely make sure that this is still the way things are done, because it probably changes on a monthly basis with COVID numbers rising or decreasing. So anyways, all the best, safe travels, and let me know in the comments if things have changed or if you can help people in other ways, or if I missed something. If I did miss something, I will put it in the comments. Please read the comments just in case, okay? Thank you so much, everyone. All the best. Bye.